What's up, guys? Jordan Weber here. Third album review today. Today we're doing Blaze You Dead Homies, The-Casket-Factory album review. First of all, I'd like to say that I think Blaze You Dead Homie is one of the worst rap names ever. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous, in my opinion. But that's just me. So, this album is a horrorcore rap album. Horrorcore it's a hip-hop subgenre that focuses on lyrics like about death and kind of gory and creepy, and it's just very kind of out there, spooky stuff. If you like Eminem, if you've heard the song Kim, my least favorite Eminem song ever, that's horrorcore, or that is as horrorcore as any mainstream artist will go, I think. So that's like the closest thing to horrorcore that you will probably be familiar with, unless you listen to horrorcore, obviously. So Blaze It Dead Homie is signed to Psychopathic Records, along with Twisted, and then I don't know if Insane Clown Posse is still signed to them, but they started it, so I don't. That's the kind of music that we're dealing with right now. So I've heard either three or four rap albums that are horrorcore before this one, so now I've heard either 4 or 5. I heard Twisted's album last year, which I did not like at all. That was one of my least favorite albums I listened to. And then I either heard 2 or 3 Insane Clown Posse albums, and I did not like any of them. So I was going into this obviously a little biased towards both the person, because I know he is similar to those 2 artists, but I was also biased towards the genre. I don't discount the genre, and I don't disrespect anyone that participates in the genre just because of the content about like the killing stuff. That's not why I would discount it. I would discount the genre because, to me, no one has shown that they have lyrical mastery or lyrical ability or wordplay, flow and rhyme scheme and all that stuff. They haven't shown me that they're able to do that in a very, very effective way. Their rhyme schemes and their wordplay, they're basic. They're very just not advanced at all. It seems like they're still stuck in the golden age of hip hop, where the rhymes were just basic, but at the time they were very revolutionary in the way that they were delivered, and that's why they were good. But modern day, you kind of have to step it up in terms of your lyrics, and I just haven't seen anyone do that. So that's why I came into this album a little biased towards what I was going to hear. But I will say that this is the best album, horrorcore album that I've heard so far in my life. That's not saying it's very good. I'm just saying that it's better than what I thought it would be. The peak of this album definitely is within the first half of the album. There's 14 tracks on here, which is a pretty suitable number of tracks here, because it doesn't seem like it goes too long, and it's not too short either. But the peak of this album is definitely within the first 5, 6, 7 tracks. And then from there, it just kind of goes downhill, especially, it's a drastic drop with the last 2 songs. The last 2 songs are Necromancy and I Will Bury You, and they're both 2 of the more annoying songs I've ever heard in my entire life. But starting at the first track, one thing that I was talking about earlier with the flow, like, Blaze's flow on this first track is awful, in my opinion. He basically, it seems like he's struggling to keep up with the instrumentation, and he doesn't hit the bars when he should hit them, and when the measure hits, he doesn't seem to always be there, or he tries to fit too many words in one bar, and then it just becomes a mess. That's what I heard from the first song, and that's my critique of that song. But it definitely bangs. The first 7 tracks definitely are more bangers than the second half of the album. But then, and I don't have much to say about this album because it's not very good to me. And I don't think a lot of people that I know personally listen to this genre, so I don't know if this is like a very important review, but I'm going to review it because it came out this year. The last 2 tracks are, again, some of the worst I've ever heard. Necromancy features Twisted, who I don't like at all, because I don't think they're good lyrically. Twisted's 2 different guys. I don't know their names, but I don't like them at all. And this feature did nothing for me. The feature didn't seem like necessary to the song at all. It didn't do anything for the song. So that's why I didn't like it. They are very prevalent on the chorus when it's just him. It's just Twisted and Blaze screaming like something back to each other. I forget what word it was. And then they're just screaming necromancy as the chorus, and that gets annoying. And then the last track is even more annoying. I Will Bury You. The chorus is essentially just this very deep, echoey, kind of mysterious voice in the background saying, I will bury you over and over and over again. That's the chorus. And the last song, or the last like few minutes, or the last like minute of this track is just that chorus, the same phrase over and over again. And then, as the track progresses, at the end, the very, very end, there's this like speech, this kind of outro by Blaze, just saying that he's going to hunt everyone down and kill them, and that fits with the theme of the album, but, I mean, I'm not a fan. And then the last 30 seconds of this album and the song is just a dial tone of a telephone, and it's a constant dial tone for 30 seconds. Now, that might not annoy the average listener because they would just hear the dial tone and be like, oh, the album's over. But I have to listen to the entire thing and make sure that there's nothing at the end of this song that is different than the dial tone. Like, if it was the dial tone for 10 seconds and then it ends off and then something happens, I have to listen for that. But no, it was just 30 seconds of this dial tone, and it was way overdone. And I think they should have cut out at least like 20 seconds of that, 10 seconds at most of the dial tone, and that would have been suitable. So yeah, this album wasn't very good. I'd say it's a 4.5 out of 10, simply because there definitely are things that would appeal to people that like this album. Although the instrumentations being more hip hop, they're definitely more hip hop oriented than they are metal rock oriented. So if you are a fan of horrorcore and you also really like classic hip hop, I would recommend this album for you. I think you would like it, but for me, it just wasn't for me. So 4 out of 10 is the grading. See you next time.